Hey guys, it's Prince Rich, and I am also joined by my wonderful co-host, Sunita Allister with Rich Technology Group. What's going on with you today, Sunita?
I'm good, Prince. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. For those of you who are watching, quick fun thing for you. This is actually blooper number 3 video because I started the last video and I didn't even introduce Sunita and I started talking. I was like, wait a minute. I do have a co-host with me in today's video. So I am glad to have you here today, Sunita. So much so, I remembered to introduce you this time. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for the introduction.
Cool, cool. Well, I appreciate you being here. And today, while you are here, we're going to talk about Vonage has introduced a new protection suite, which they claim aims to basically help businesses fight fraud. So let me pull up our trusty article from, yep, you guessed it, as always, our good old buddies over at UC Today. So this article from UC Today says, Fighting Fraud with New Vonage Protection Suite. Let's scroll down a bit and I'll read to you guys a little bit about what it says that this does. It says Vonage has launched a new Vonage Protection Suite to provide end-to-end communications security solutions. The new security bundle protects against both fraud and cyber attacks, as well as gives developers and organizations greater control over their communications management. Describing itself as a global leader in cloud communications, Vonage's security suite includes Vonage Fraud Defender, Vonage Verify API, and Vonage Number Insight. Let's scroll down a little more and see if there's anything else in this article, Sunita, that's noteworthy before you and I discuss. It says, inside the Vonage Protection Suite, all solutions within the suite were built using Vonage's APIs, including the Vonage Fraud Defender, which is easy to implement, alerts users to fraud, and blocks fraud attempts. It also relays risk and ongoing attack information via a dashboard and offers customization options for automated actions with proactive blocking and suspicious traffic notifications. The Vonage Verify API has been updated to include omnichannel two-factor authentication 2FA, allowing businesses access to 2FA over multiple communications channels, plus customizable automatic channel failover. It looks like it says it also covers things like SMS, authenticated through WhatsApp, and is also available in other languages that are supported. So, I'm assuming you know what two-factor authentication is. I think for you and any of all of the viewers, because some of this stuff gets a bit technical. We'll move into the omni-channel and all that in a bit, but we'll start with the two-factor authentication. I think that's a smart move on Vonage's part to begin with, and I'll explain why. I do not believe at the time of the story that I'm about to tell, and I'm not going to mention the client's name, but I do not believe at the time of this story, Vonage had any sort of two-factor authentication. This was before two-factor was being pushed, because you notice how it's being pushed on YouTube, it's being pushed in your Gmail, it's being pushed in your WhatsApp, and your cell phones, and your Facebook, and your Instagram, and all that stuff, because the cyber attacks, all that stuff, people trying to basically hack your account or pretend to be you has become a big thing. I had a client way back when who was a Vonage client, great client, and I believe he's still a client. It was an insurance company, and somehow or way or another, he had his Vonage username and password in his email records. Someone hacked his email, not his Vonage, someone hacked his email, his Outlook, but because he kept all of his bank account username and passwords in a memo in Outlook, his Vonage username and password in his memos in Outlook. I mean, it was everything. He kept everything in his Outlook notes. Everything got hacked. Like, I got the phone call when this happened. And so they were able to get into his Vonage account. And I mean, it was bad. Like, these people, I won't go into all of the nasty details, but these people had basically hacked his Vonage. They were putting pornographic voice messages on his auto attendant for his corporation and everything. It was a mess. But the only way that they were able to get into his Vonage was because they were able to get into his email, which had his Vonage username and password. So I think this is a good move on Vonage's part, because this now means that if they have two-factor authentication, if somebody's technically got your Vonage username and password, that at this point is not enough anymore to get into your Vonage account. So I think that's a great move on Vonage's part. The other thing, the number verify thing, that I'm not really sure what that is. My assumption of what that is maybe to fight against spam calling or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, what's your thoughts on this whole Vonage offering a fraud protection suite for their customers? What's your What's your honest opinions on this?
Well, to be very honest, I'm really in favor of this two-factor part because it not only protects your personal data, I mean, the professional data, and plus it just keeps your privacy. I mean, nobody likes to just, have everything on a very sensitive platform, the internet, and at the
Yeah,
same time feeling to be at risk of, somebody just literally invading the privacy and getting those details which are just really, really personal, which nobody should know about. So it's just like a good step from Vonage's end. And like you said, that it was a mess when it happened to the customer, and it always is a mess, even if somebody's Facebook is hacked or Insta is hacked. Like, for example, my husband's Facebook was hacked and somebody else was using it. We literally logged him out. We blocked the account, and we were just sitting like in front of each other, talking about discussing that something else about the wedding and all that, and somebody else logged in again, and he was just sitting right there
wow.
in front of me. We logged out, we blocked the account, because when it says that you if you log in again, so you have to just stop logging in again to keep it blocked, and it'll take a little while, and that the account will automatically get blocked. And somebody literally logged in from some certain area from Lahore, and we were just like, so tired of this thing that we literally just again and again did that and report the account and all that. It was a mess. So I can totally understand the part where people just feel at risk. Even I myself, I'm very careful about sharing some stuff on the internet because it is a very sensitive platform, and people are just, some of them are out there just to create messes, and they love to do it. So
Yeah.
definitely from Vonage's end, I just really love the part, because customers privacy, and keeping that privacy, like, literally private, and giving them the advantage of being on the platform where they can feel safe, is a very good step like they have taken.
Yeah. What I'd be curious to know is this protection suite included for like all businesses on the VBC
Yeah,
platform? Is it like for people like you and I, when we had Vonage, we had what? I think like four extensions? Like three or four
we did.
extensions? Would it
Yeah.
even be available for us? Is it included for existing customers? Does it cost extra? It's probably in the article, which for those of you watching, I'll put the link to the article to UC Today below, so you're more than welcome to view that article. We may have missed that in the article because I didn't want to read the whole thing for the sake of time, but I'm curious to know, is all of that in the suite all there? Because from my standpoint, I feel like the two-factor authentication should be available for everybody, period, whether you pay for it or not, because that I think would be good for the customers, and it would also be good for Vonage, because then Vonage customer service is not having to deal with a bunch of people who their accounts have been hacked or their accounts have been compromised, which becomes a problem for Vonage, honestly, at the end of the day. So
Exactly.
I feel like the two-factor authentication, that's got to be like a given. That's got to be like a given included feature that's available for folks to use. And then the other stuff, it sounds like that stuff could potentially be something like an add-on or something, maybe like that number verify and all those kind of things, because not everybody may need that. But anyways, that's all I have to say on that. I think it's a good move on Vonage's part because it seems like everybody, I mean, for me, as somebody who has banking information, but also as an investor, like that type of stuff, like my two-factor authentication and my fraud prevention, I take that stuff seriously. Like my two-factor authentications and everything I've got. For anybody watching this video, if you're a trader or you live and breathe in the crypto world, then you already know, like, if it looks like a scam, it probably is a scam. And if it doesn't look like a scam, it probably still even is a scam in the crypto world. So I know from being in that world, like those type of protection suites and two-factor authentication and all that, it's like imperative because there's so many scams and just so many crazies out there. But I think it's a good move on Vonage's part. So, any final words or thoughts, Sunita, before we wrap this one up?
Well, I just really am glad that Vonage has taken this step, and yeah, really looking forward to the details, like the more we know about, and definitely we are going to share it with the clients as well, and they can read the article as well, because these days this was very necessary from their end,
Yeah.
because just only being HIPAA is not enough. This is really a good step they have taken.
Yeah, to your point when you said these days is necessary, I think somewhere in the article, yeah, it said according to a study in 2022, organizations lose an average of $3 million a year due to security breaches. So, I mean, that's kind of, and I only would expect that number to grow with what's going on and whatnot. So, anyways, that's my thoughts there. So first and foremost, thank you so much for being here, Sunita, as always, and
My
for your
pleasure.
input. If you're watching this and you're interested in Vonage in general, Sunita and I work with Vonage on literally a daily basis. It doesn't matter whether you have one extension, two extensions, need 20 extensions, 200 extensions, 1,000 extensions. We work with it all, from the small startup businesses all the way up to the big contact centers. We can get you access to special pricing at Vonage that you typically would not be able to get shopping on your own. And of course, we can also coordinate the ability for you to be able to see a demo and get questions answered from actual Vonage engineers and experts over there that we work with. So hit us up in our contact information below this video if you're interested in our assistance with looking to see if Vonage is a good fit. As always, this is Prince Rich and Sunita Allister, your go-to folks for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. We'll catch you guys again in the next video.